Gee, I wonder how much of a pain in the butt this is going to be. Hey, you know what? It just occurred to me. I'm leaning way the heck over here to do this. I'd be better off if I swung this thing back around. Alright, that's in. Now, I have to tighten that little Allen screw so that the pin stays captive. I'm slightly disturbed by the fact that, I'm slightly disturbed by the fact that there is no Allen screw in that bucket with all this other hardware. So please tell me that I just left it in there and only unscrewed it part way. Because if it's not in there, I lost it. This Allen wrench was in there though. It makes me think this is the size Allen wrench that should go on there. Of course, I have no idea if I'm turning anything right now. Well, I'll tell you what, that doesn't feel like that's doing anything. I know this Allen wrench was in the bucket with it, but it actually looks too big. I suppose this one I have laying here is the one. Yeah, well, the fact that I can turn that, stick that Allen wrench all the way up in there and come out with black grease on it is not a good sign. That would mean, yeah, there's no set screw in there. I have managed to misplace the set screw. Why wouldn't it have been in the hardware with the rest of this stuff? That is strange. I do have a habit of going and putting those in little pill bottles though. So let me check. Let me check. So I put the bucket that had all that hardware down on the bench there, and gee, I wonder what's in this pill bottle. Still not sure why I had this Allen wrench in that bucket with all the parts for this section right here. There's no Allen wrench needed except for this one, which is much smaller. Alright, now I don't want this so tight that that screw, that this adjusting nut doesn't turn freely. But I want it so it's captive in it. It is right there, so. Right there it isn't, so right there is where I want that. Alright. So what I want to do now is I want to rotate this. I want to rotate this up. I need to get this back away from there. Alright, the way I have that hooked on there now, well, that would actually help lift it the other way. Of course, the motor will be on the back side then. I did say I wanted to clean that before, but I can just do that from the back over there. So I left myself enough room to squeeze by, and actually I can go around the other way. As I tilt this over this way, I'm going to give another shot at trying to clean this area in here. This area right around this adjusting nut in here is just full of that tar-like substance. So let's see. Gonna need a wrench to fit that. Pardon-moi. It's not 11/16, it's 10/16 or 5/8. Hitting this wood. Dummy. There we go. Try that again. Whoop. You know what? Yeah, I did. That's the direction I want to go. Went a little too smoothly. And stopped because there's no tension on it. That's a lot of weight on there. I don't think that's going to work. I'm putting too much I'm putting too much basically upward, straight upward force on it and not really pulling. It actually worked better when I took the slack off. Dummy. Alright, now I'm starting to get to where I'm past that point now where I'm putting a lot of this center of gravity is moving over far enough that way. This is acting like a big lever. So, you know, moments of force and all of that physics crap. Anyways, what I want to do is I want to relocate my strap so that I'm pulling straight up on the motor back there and not the whole assembly here, which should be just a matter of getting it on the other side of this handle and sliding this whole monstrosity back. On the other side of this handle, yeah, something like that. Alright, of course I don't want to pull up on the hand. I don't want to be pulling on the handle for the speed select, so I want to get on the other side of this hump. There we go. Now, unfortunately, I'm only going to be able to get so far, and that strap is going to maybe slip off. Maybe not. There's that big round section that sticks up where the speed selector lever is, and that might actually keep that strap from falling off. Well, I am kind of running out of room here. I actually think I am near the limit of the lifting capability of this crane. Yeah, I like how that strap is pushing on. The strap gets snagged on the brake handle. If I pop it over, I bet you it pops right off. So, to guard against anything jarring that thing, I'm going to lock down these nuts. Yeah, 3 out of 4 ought to do it. Alright, just took a little slack off of the strap. I don't know if that's going to stay on there now. I guess I should stop right there and reset because I'm out of room anyways on the lift. Luckily, the end of it is right between the 2 joists. I'm above the bottom of my floor joists here in the basement, so time to shorten this up. Warning, precision instrument handled with care. But the label glue has failed. Alright, I hooked onto the motor. I certainly would never want to lift this whole thing from the motor because the motor's only held on to the motor's only held on to the rest of the unit, the head unit, by those 2 screws. But I am not trying to lift the whole head as dead weight. I am trying to just take some of the weight off of this as a... We have to loosen those. Out of room again. Guess that's a good sign. Means that I have lifted this quite a bit. Alright, I'm just swinging this around because I want to clean the top of the head now and the motor, and that's going to be a lot easier for me to do. I have something unlevel about my basement floor right here. This actually is rocking, if you can believe it. And that's going to add to vibration. So I'll have to wedge one of the corners. It's going to be a lot easier to clean this in this position right here. I can actually see, let me grab the camera. You can see all of this stuff in here that I missed because it was upside down. All in there. There's some of that really tough stuff right there. That I cleaned actually, but that's the stuff that was not coming off. But there's more there, and of course the top here. And the motor I hadn't touched yet. Alright, what I do is I wedge the board between the top of the knee and the bottom of the frame on the head there. And this way, as I elevate the knee, it's going to put upward pressure on the head, and then I'll be able to crank it up into the vertical position. But the problem is that I've got to be on one side of the machine cranking the knee, and on the other side of the machine cranking the head rotating screw, and I can't do both at the same time. So I've enlisted the help of an assistant this morning, and my son's gonna crank on the knee while I crank on the head, and we'll see how that works. Alright, what you're gonna do, you see this handle right here?
Yeah.
Okay, this has to go clockwise. Okay?
What do I do?
You're going to crank it slowly when I tell you to. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so show me which way you're going to push it. Wrong, that's counterclockwise.
No, this way.
That's counterclockwise.
This way.
Pull up. Like that. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, go ahead. Keep going.
What just happened?
The whole thing's turning. Keep going. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Alright, go faster. Alright, stop. Nothing's happening. Not really doing much here, is it?
It just moved up.
That was pretty much a waste. I thought it was actually pushing up on it. Crank that. Same direction. Alright. Faster. You want this to push on the bottom of that. Keep going. Alright, see how it's pushing up on that now?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so now I should be able to crank it a little bit more.
Spin it?
Yeah. You need to go faster than that. There you go. That's it. Keep going. Getting tired?
Yeah.
Okay, stop. Now I'm going to lock these nuts. Just lock two for now. Alright, now you're going to go the other way. Counterclockwise. The opposite that a clock goes.
This way.
No, that's the way a clock goes.
This way.
Yeah. Keep going. Keep going.
Dad, is that you?
Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Alright, now
What?
back the other way, clockwise again. You're going to push that all the way in. See the little pin? There you go. Now you go.
Okay.
Clockwise.
What just happened?
Alright, stop. I gotta loosen the locking nuts and get ready to crank this again. Alright, go.
Oh, what just happened?
Nothing. That was Mommy upstairs. Dropping something. Alright. Keep going. Keep going. We're at 30 degrees. 25. 20. 15. 10. Alright, stop. Oh, we're just a few degrees short, but we run out of room, so I'll lock this again. What's the matter? You getting blisters?
No.
Alright, lower it down. Yep, that's it, counterclockwise. More.
I just don't want it to fall.
It's not gonna fall. Up. Stop. Oh, actually, it's so close to vertical now that I can actually turn it pretty easily. So, almost done.
Clockwise?
No, I'm almost done. That's where it lines up with, it says 0 degrees here, but we'll tram in the head precisely once we have the table and everything back on. You know what that means?
No.
No? You don't know what it means to tram in the head?
No.
Alright, take that handle off.
Mm-hmm.
Lay it up on there. When I get this machine all finished and all hooked up. Oh, it scared me! Alright, what I started to say was when I get this machine finished and all hooked up, I'll have you boys come down here and I'll demonstrate it for you. I'll show you how it works.
So you can vacuum down here too.
Yeah, I can hook the vacuum up right here. You're right. Oops.
Why is the water coming out?
It's not water. Good. Alright. That's all I needed help with for right now. Okay. So, see, this is the cutter. This is one of the cutters. There's all different kinds of cutters we can put in there. That's very sharp. Even just rubbing your hand on it like that, if you hit your hand on it accidentally, you give yourself a bad cut. But when the machine's running, that spins and it can actually cut metal. Pretty cool, huh?
Can you cut this metal?
Alright, that's all oily. You just stuck your fingers in it.
Mm-hmm.
You can what? You can wipe it on your clothes and have your mother all mad at me. Come here. Don't tell anybody. Sure is. Yeah, get out of here. Yeah. We have it on film that you stuck your hand in that oil. Alright.